Good Saturday morning, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Joseph Peterson, and let's go in and talk about the weather for your Saturday morning going into your future. Starting off, as always, what's currently going on throughout the entire state of South Carolina right now? Absolutely nothing. As we move on to 11:30 with 30 seconds on the clock. Now, if we go in and take a look at the entire U.S., we do have some rainfall going on up there in the Northeast, some rainfall down here in the Southeast, mainly the deep South, Mississippi getting in on some flash flooding. We have some severe weather in Nebraska right now, some rainfall up here inside of the Northwest, and everybody else looking pretty good. Texas may be getting some flooding as well, same thing with Louisiana. Cloud cover, seems like that a lot of the cloud cover is trying to move away. It seems like that cloud cover is kind of, taking its toll down just a little bit. But I still do believe that cloud cover is going to be a big factor as we move into today. As we're going to move this into this afternoon, going into this evening, you can see quickly that cloud cover comes back as we move to around 8 o'clock p.m., going in all the way to around 12 o'clock in the morning. Here we are going into Sunday morning, where we still have cloud cover statewide. Current temperatures right here, we're talking about 82 in Somerville, 83 Charleston, as well as 85 in Beaufort, 82 Orangeburg, and 81 in Georgetown, Conway, 80 Florence, as well as 81 in Hartsville, Lugoff, 78 inside of Greenville, Spartanburg, 79 in Lawrence, and Anderson, 77 in Gaffney. Air quality for today, we're looking nice and good, so no bad air quality is expected for us. High temperatures for today, we're talking about 84 in Greenville, 85 Spartanburg, 89 Columbia, 90 Orangeburg, 91 in Moncks Corner, 90 in Hilton Head Island, and 85 in Charleston, 87 in Myrtle Beach. Now, as you move on to your winds for today, winds are going to be pretty calm. I mean, around 3 to 5 miles per hour, maybe even less inland. Then once you get towards like the coastal areas, maybe a little bit of spots in the inland areas, you're talking about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So wind is not going to be that major of a concern. You look at these wind gusts, you're going to be around 5 to 10 miles per hour, maybe even get up to around 13, 14, 15 miles per hour in terms of those wind gusts. Rainfall for today, not really expected much. We have 100th of an inch to a 10th of an inch over there in the southwestern portion of the state, maybe even a 10th of an inch to a quarter of an inch for some areas as well. So not a whole lot is really expected rainfall-wise. So it's going to be a pretty nice day for the majority of us, even though it's going to be a bit hot. SPC outlook, obviously where that rainfall is, that thunderstorm threat will follow over there in the western Midlands, the western Low Country, and a good amount of the Tri-County from Dorchester, Charleston County. Those areas are inside of a thunderstorm risk for today. If you do see a shower come through, you definitely could see a thunderstorm. Now, mind you, like I said, a lot of these areas may not even receive any rainfall in general. It's just because the ingredients are there, but the moisture may not be there. Fire weather is not expected for today. Excessive rainfall not expected. Crazy score for today, we're at a 42, which is kind of interesting to me because I think that this may be overdone just maybe a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. Because remember, these scores are automated. I do not have, I do not partake in a good amount of these. But for the most part, I guess because of the thunderstorm threat down there in the southern part of the state, for today, I guess that's the reason why it has us up to a 42. Scattered thunderstorm activity makes it noticeable. No widespread severe weather or anything like that. But I mean, it talks about winds being calm, talks about high temperatures in the 80s to low 90s, talks about mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies to start off. So, I mean, it has all the information and it knows what's going on, but has us all the way up to a 42. A 42. Interesting. Let's go on and take a look at the models and see what the models say. I'm going to start off here at 11 o'clock in the morning. And as we just go on and push this forward in general, there goes some shower activity popping up at around 3 to 4 p.m. over there in the western low country. And then as we go all the way to around 6 o'clock p.m., going all the way up to around 7 o'clock p.m., we start to see that rainfall kind of traverse over the upstate a little bit. And as we get to around 10, 11, and 12 o'clock in the morning, just shower activity continues. Now, again, thunderstorm activity is possible just because, the rainfall may not be that hard. Doesn't mean that it's not going to thunder. What this means is just that we have the moisture. Will it turn into a thunderstorm? Potentially, it may. But I think that a 42 may be overdoing it just a little bit. I think a 42 may be overdoing it. It's not like in the strong category, the severe category. If it was in those categories, I definitely would have had an issue with that. But I think probably more mild would probably do it. Probably the higher mild, maybe even a low moderate would work. But this is going into like the more mid moderate, maybe even going close to high. So let's go on and end this off. I mean, there's nothing else for me to really to say. In terms of the hurricane outlook right now, it looks like that no tropical cyclone activity is expected during the next 7 days. So we are good in terms of hurricane season for now. Make sure that all your plans are still in place just in case. But we're done with that. And that's all that I have to say. Make sure you go and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the share button. We're at 758 subscribers trying to get to that main goal of 800. We are 42 away. 42 away from that main goal of 800. Let's go in and get there.